Greatness is not great plays. Okay, look, we are all human and we love to be amazing. And we've all been amazing at least a couple times in our sporting career. And so the temptation to want to be amazing again is great for all humans. It's a tendency we have to fight. And furthermore, we see amazing people. We go watch college or professional or national teams play in all kinds of sports, and they're amazing, like all the time, which isn't true. They're amazing more often than normal humans, but nobody is amazing all the time. Again, if you need facts, go check the stats on any amazing player. Wayne Gretzky in hockey had bad games. Michael Jordan is famous for a quote of his of missing like 18 billion shots. 36 times he lost a game by being given the last shot and missing it. Again, even our legendary legends are never perfect all the time. They're not amazing every single play. They just have more occurrences, more instances where things were amazing because they are relatively amazing some of the time, more often than us. And that's something we have to keep in mind as we're trying to be more amazing. The temptation leads to people betting more than they should on particular plays. Kids want the kaboom when they're hitting. Look, we've all seen a ball get crushed. Team goes nuts. Everybody's got tons of momentum and they, soar to victory. Well, if you could kaboom every time, you'd probably be doing it without worrying about it. Since most of us don't get that, you shouldn't just aim harder for the kaboom when you need it. You should be more consistent. This whole concept here, I'm going to get right back to my mantra of consistency is the best way to be good. Being really good is really just a matter of not ever really being bad. Don't make a ton of errors you can help, and you'll be more consistent, and more consistent people are by their very definition more good. So don't go for the kaboom all the time. You'll see the opportunity when it comes up. Wait for it to come to you. Don't force it. Because when you force it, that's when you start doing stupid things and making more errors that you didn't have to make. Furthermore, if you are a passer and you think that you have to pass dimes, that's passing so well you could land it on a dime, if you haven't heard that one. If you think you have to pass dimes, you're wrong. The best passers on earth cannot land the ball on their setter's forehead anywhere near 100% of the time. They can't do it 80% of the time. The best passers in the world. Because whatever level you're playing at, you're also playing that level's best servers. So you got to relax, man. If you're at the end of the match and you feel like you need, because the score is tied, and you need to pass a perfect ball, stop that. That's why you're having trouble at the end of matches sometimes. I'm not saying you're going to fail at the end of matches. I'm saying if you're aiming for perfect, when the whole match you realized you were human, why would you change and expect to suddenly be better? You're setting yourself up for failure. Greatness is not great plays. We don't need a perfect play at the end of the match. We need another consistent play. And if you put a consistent pass up, followed by a consistent set, which makes that play one better, followed by a consistent hit, we started here, then we went here, then we can rip a ball because we had consistent. Now they have some options for that hitter. Don't think that you have to nail it, because you might. Sometimes you might. But on the times that you don't, now the setter's reeling and they don't throw up a great set, giving not a lot of hit options to the hitter. They might opt to try for the kaboom when really they should just keep the ball in, and maybe we end up losing because you were trying for greatness being great play when consistency is great play. Greatness is consistency. How about if you're a setter and you want to go run across the court because the ball's been past the outside hitter and throw a full court 25-foot back set? Well, if you're that good, then feel free. Most people aren't. Most people have tried it and failed, and so doing that when you really need a point at the end of a match is not a great idea. It would be great if you could do it, and I know that you can maybe, but are you consistent? Is this a good time to do this? Greatness is not great plays. Greatness is consistency over time, beating other teams that are trying to do amazing things, and their percentages aren't as good as yours because you were consistent. I would not advise the full court back set unless you know you're that good. By the way, I know a bunch of people that good. Most of them played D1 ball and won national championships or played for their country's national teams. They're exceptionally exceptional. If you're not that person yet, don't make that bet. How about painting the lines on serving? Painting the lines, of course, is when you serve it so well it actually hits the line on the way down to the ground. Literally, nobody on earth is this good. Why would you assume that you should try for that ever? Stop that. When people hit lines, it's because they might have aimed near a line, but they didn't aim for the line. Go ahead and find me a setter anywhere, at any point in history, in any country, that you can literally say, hit this line 10 times in a row from the service area, and they can do it. You can't find that person. So you shouldn't be making that bet. You should be serving all your balls in, and as you get really good at serving, maybe you could serve, between 3 and 4 feet away from the line on a pretty regular basis. And sometimes when you aim 3 feet away from the line, it hits the line and you look like a super genius. That's where this greatness comes from. People go, that kid, she's amazing. She hits the lines all the time. No, you don't. You hit them like once every 12, 15 serves. But the other serves were all in, so you never look like a doofus. That's greatness. It's never really being bad. And occasionally along the way, because you're good, something amazing does happen. That's greatness. Consistency with a little sprinkle of actual amazing greatness in there. If you ever think to yourself before a play is about to start, this has to be perfect, you have just set yourself up for failure. You're thinking this direction and instead of thinking a consistent direction. Just think about the statistics of this. Let's say we get one, whoa, my pen. We get one kill. And then we get one error. You add those together, you have done nothing for your team. You scored a point, you gave a point away. What if we got one kill and no error? The next ball we hit, we frustratingly kept in play. Plus 0 errors. You have now gotten one kill for your team. Well, but you say, what if that ball we kept in play that we didn't get a kill on, what if the other team bumps that and kaboomed it on us? Well, my friend, they had to earn that. And every time you make them earn a point, they're not going to necessarily get the point. Think about it. When a team makes you pass it, set it, hit it, pass their block and their defense, do you always get that right? No, you don't. But when they miss the court, do you always get that point? Yes, you do. So there is inherently more value in one kill plus one ball left in play because you have done effectively one thing for your team and nothing for the other team. You make them earn their own points and they won't earn every point that you give them an opportunity at, just like you wouldn't. So greatness is not great plays is a super important concept because that is our bias. That is what we want to do as humans. We want to be great. We want to be seen as great. We want to be talked about as great. And the way you get there is not by aiming for great. It's by aiming for consistent. Good luck in your choices and your decision making, and get out there and be consistent.